So, when's the last time someone asked you to cheat on your girlfriend? It's an interesting question, though. If it's never happened, or if it hasn't happened in a while, then today is the day. Yes, the conversation today is about cheating on your girlfriend. Kind of. It's the last good man in Jersey, here with a message to help you win. Before we dive in, click like, click subscribe. And with that, we're going to jump into a conversation that hopefully reframes how you think about your time. Have you ever seen a movie called Her? Came out about 10 years ago. Really interesting movie about a guy who has an artificial intelligence virtual assistant. He falls in love with this artificial intelligence. It's an incredibly interesting story. Got a little noise in the background. I think that's street cleaning, so bear with me. The moral of the story, though, is that this guy has fallen in love with a piece of technology. It's kind of similar to life today. You've got your Cortana, you've got your Bixby. You can talk to them, they're virtual assistants. They don't have the personality of what we saw in the movie, but you get the idea of there being this virtual, persona that you can interact with. Her, at the time, seemed to, mimic reality. But the more I thought about it, I realized that Her wasn't actually mimicking reality. Her was outlining reality today. Here's why I say that. You probably have a girlfriend right now. You just haven't thought about it. Your virtual girlfriend is your gaming console. Her name is Xbox or PlayStation or smartphone. She's who you spend your time with. She's who you enjoy. She's who you're in love with. Your gaming console is probably your girlfriend. Before we jump into this, let's frame something up. I used to be a big time gamer. I loved games. I grew up on Atari 2600 and saw games and their evolution. I know how much fun they were. I know how powerful some of those experiences could be. Seeing some things for the first time, seeing new types of technology launched. I get it. Gaming is fun. It's incredibly fun. But let's sort of talk about your gaming and your gaming console and the relationship you have with it. Okay? So we're going to play a different kind of game here. I'm going to give you some features of a girlfriend. You decide how awesome or horrible this girlfriend would be. So, you've got a girlfriend. Pros and cons. Pros are fun, engaging, links you to a whole network of people that you can interact with, shares your interests, low maintenance, incredibly accepting of you, doesn't care how you look, doesn't care how diligent you are about cleaning the house, never nags you. I mean, when you start to get in all of these features, that sounds pretty awesome. This is almost the perfect. Here's the downside to the virtual girlfriend. No intimacy. Fundamentally, that's it. So, for all of the wonderful things that they will do for you, you don't get to kiss them. You don't have sex with them. You don't have kids with them. They'll never cook you a meal. They will never take you out for your birthday. They are in your house and available to engage with you when you want. But there's a limit to the interaction you're going to have. There's no actual physical interaction. If that was a person, how good or bad would you feel about that? Okay? Now, that's fundamentally the relationship you have with your gaming console. It's wonderful and wonderfully accepting of you. It's seemingly endless entertainment. But there's a limit to what you're getting there. And there's some very big bumps in the road that you have to deal with if that's the relationship you're going to have. The question I have for you is, what would happen if you cheated on your virtual girlfriend? Spent a little bit less time with her. I'm not advocating at all that you give up gaming. I'm not even saying that you should minimize the amount of gaming that you do. I'm just saying, what if you cut a chunk of time, a little chunk of time, out of your gaming routine every day? I don't know how much you game. I know I used to game. I could game for hours every day. Looked forward to it every day after work. Weekends when I had nothing to do, who cared? I had SOCOM Navy SEALs to play. If you cut a quarter of the time that you game out, what would that look like? And let's say you put an upper limit on it. So you cut, 15 for every hour that you play. You take 15 minutes. If you're up to an hour, that's where you cap out. So you never go more than an hour, but up to an hour, you spent doing something that improved you. What would that look like? Now, improve you is very, very vague. So let's not just kind of throw this broad brush on there and sort of say improve yourself with no direction. No. Let's play a different game for a minute. What if you made a list of like the 5 things, maybe the 10 things that you could do to make yourself more marketable to the types of women who you want? What would that list look like? There's some things that I'm assuming would be on the list, obviously. Making more money always makes you more marketable. Being more, physically buffed. Okay. Having a bigger social network. Being more interesting. I don't know what your list looks like, but if you made a list of like 5 or 10 things, what would be on that list? And let's not tackle them all. It's too much work. If you had this list and you picked the easiest thing on that list, what would that be? And then if you took very easy steps to accomplish that very easy thing, just how different could your life look? If your list has as its easiest task, build a larger network of people who you physically interact with. Okay, what would you do? Would you volunteer? Would you join some sort of a group? A business group or special interest group? If you think about the amount of time that you could spend working towards that, this 15 minutes a day, this hour a day, if you spent an hour a day working on building a larger social network by joining some groups. How long would it take for you to really accomplish that? And what would that do to your situation? If you spent an hour a day getting more buffed, how long would it take for you to accomplish something that was noticeable? Think about what cheating on your virtual girlfriend could do to help you find your actual girlfriend. And when you go through that list and you really reflect upon how much you might be able to accomplish by just cheating on her a little bit, well, think about why you're not doing it. Because maybe you should be.